So I'm tight. I got to do this video over. I did the first time, but my fucking audio wasn't fucking working. Anyway, so for context, this motherfucker's been with this... Travis Hunter's been with his girl for about 5 years now. And you got to understand from his perspective, he's obviously... I think this is just a case of a young motherfucker being a simp, not having a lot of experience with girls. It's probably the prettiest girl he's ever talked to in his fucking life. And he's just sympathizing with her. You gotta understand, his paradigm, his scope of the world is his girlfriend loves him, he's happy, and that's all that matters. He's so in love, he's unable to see that she's using him. And I'm summarizing this shit because I already just did this whole fucking video for like an hour and my fucking audio was off, so I'm just summarizing this shit. He loves her so much that he's unable to see that this girl is in it for the wrong reasons. It's not genuine love. He's a bit of a simp. He believes in things like, if you ask him, do you believe in happy wife, happy life? He would agree 1,000% and then add some more shit on as far as theories goes to go along with it. He's a young motherfucker. He's a simp. He doesn't understand how relationship dynamics work, not even in a little bit. And his girl she doesn't have high interest in him. And how it started was, you either do what I want or you do what I tell you to, or I'm not going to be with you. Not saying that's what she said, but that's how the dynamics looked. And you can tell when you get into the video. But you can see he's defending her.
You ain't never had no girl. So why y'all talking about me? Find something else to talk about. You talk about my girl. Go talk about your girl. Go find a girl. Go find a life. Stop worrying about what I got going on. I know what I got. I know my girl. My girl been with me for 5 years. Y'all are just not starting to talk about me and just not starting to be with me. Like, come on, man. Y'all go do something else with y'all life. Clickbait pages, y'all better stop. I'm telling y'all. Y'all, if something bad gonna happen to y'all, y'all keep doing that. Y'all better stop that. I ain't playing. Y'all better stop. All the clickbaiting pages. Yeah, when we was sitting down and I was at my puppet shop, we was talking about my family. What was they gonna do while I was in there signing stuff? I had all my family there. And that's why she did. That's why she said she's gonna stay there so they can get stuff. That's why she said she's gonna sit there so they can get stuff, have fun there. She wanted to go back they wanted to go back. Some of them want to go back to the hotel, some of them didn't. Y'all trying to make everything, y'all want everything for clicks. Like, stop that. That's crazy. Like, y'all hate on me and then y'all go and hate on my girl.
See, this, you could clearly see he's some young dude and he's just not understanding what other people are seeing. Now, don't get me wrong, he's going to sympathize with his girl because he thinks she genuinely loves him. And she probably does love him, but not loving him to the fact where she's willing to, give up everything she loves for him, and that's pretty obvious though. But he's unable to see it because he's in love, and nobody's gonna sit down and tell him this shit because he's a young dude and he'll probably go against it anyway.
Bro, I feel the same pain that she feel. We're inseparable, bro. We with each other.
Yeah, he's just in love. He's not gonna see this. This was the main video that I had wanted to look at. So Deion Sanders had to fucking tell this girl to stand up. Clearly she's not able to read a room, and her actions just show how genuinely she likes him, and how genuinely, how much interest. She doesn't have high interest in her own man, and then this is the problem right here. Just made me tight because it's just like she's just sitting there like, yeah, I'm proud of him, but I'm not standing. I like him enough to be here just to show face, but I'm not gonna stand that. He should stand for me, bitch. But that's the type of attitude she's displaying. This is what her body language is displaying.
It speaks volume when your soon-to-be wife doesn't even stand up for the very most important thing in your life. This is something she's accustomed to because the same thing during his last game in Boulder, she did the same thing as well.
Time will certainly have an incredible last memory of taking the field with his sons, Shador and Shiloh, here at Folsom Field at home for the last time.
Uh-oh. She ain't like when you got him Tilly the face, boy.
Time will certainly have.
The fact that she does this again, even after not learning her lesson the first time, it speaks volume to what you're gonna have to face. You are a great player, Travis Hunter, but some of the things you guys subject yourself to or towards, I will never understand it.
And that's the problem. He doesn't understand he's the prize. She has nothing. He's been with her for a while. She wasn't genuinely interested in him at first. She's with him. She probably does love him, but she doesn't love him to the level where she has ultimate respect for him. He doesn't come in the house and she doesn't take off his shoes and massage his feet and, you know, treat him like the prince he is. And he's probably loyal, and he probably will be loyal for a little while, you know, and he probably loves her. Clearly he loves her way more than she loves her, but he doesn't understand she's the pro. What does he have? Because the moment he says, you know what, I'm not doing what you want to do, I want to do what I want to do, and she gets mad at him and stops talking to him, and like, you know what, you're getting the silent treatment. Okay, bitch, fuck you. Because there's about 20 bad bitches out here that understand that I'm about to run into millions, I'm about to be it, and if I stay strong and I work hard and stay on my craft and I pull in the numbers that the NFL wants and needs from me, oh, it's a wrap. I'm gonna have my second contract is gonna be crazy. I'm gonna be the face of the NFL, right? So if he understands that, he understands it, bitch. I could replace you 20 times over. You ain't talking about shit. So get along with the program. But he doesn't understand that he's a prize because she has nothing to stand on if he leaves her. If he leaves her, it's a wrap. Even if she gets the idea that this motherfucker might leave her, her mentality may change. But because she has so much power in the relationship, she's gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna talk to you. You know what? Fine, I'm gonna leave you. And then if she realizes that that's not gonna work, then it's gonna flip. She's gonna be chasing him. She's gonna be crying for him. She's gonna be begging. She's gonna do anything that he wants. She's gonna politic for a while. But if she realized that that's not working, dynamics shift crazy. She'd be on his coattail. She'd be the most submissive, loving girlfriend you ever. And that would actually change how she feels. The fact that he's standing up, the fact that he's not being a pushover, the fact that he is showing a level of strength and mental fortitude towards her, it would actually change the dynamic. She would actually love him more. Her interest would peak because that anxiety, this is a fact, anxiety increases attraction in relationships, especially for women. But he wouldn't know that because he doesn't understand that, and the nigga is just fucked up upstairs.
At all, just being honest. I mean, I cringe when she made rules for you, which was weird.
Baby, you go. Rule number one.
Rule number one.
What's rules we have in a relationship?
Want to simplify entry into the federal market?
No, fuck commercials. I hate this motherfucking shit. But yeah, she's making rules for him.
Okay, private if we have a problem with something.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah, she's making rules for him and shit. It's just a matter of a young motherfucker being a simp, not having no, relationship dynamic awareness, not having enough experience, not having no OGs or no older brothers, no father figure to tell him about these things, and for him to have that level of awareness to where he understands that you can't operate that way, to where he understands how relationship dynamics actually work, and that's basically what it chops up to. Him just not knowing, him not understanding that if you do things a certain way, you'll never have success, or if you do have success, it'll be at the cost of somebody else's wants and needs. So this is very simple. If this motherfucker paid me, I could change his dynamics. His girl it'll be easy too. Like every rich client that I ever had that I spoke to, it was so easy because once a woman realizes that he done figured out his worth, and she understands that he now realizes that, because if he got her, he can get her again. And the propensity that he has to make money, the type of millions that he can probably most likely gonna make, he can get her 10 times, 3 times over. And girls that look even better. Natural girls, the BBL girls, they're thirsty. They're fucking thirsty. What they'll do for a successful guy, especially get one out of the country that look better than, oh my God, that girl will wipe his ass on the toilet, wash his feet, take his shoes off when he come in the house, on command. I need you here now. Yes, daddy. What is it? Pause. But like on command. But he doesn't understand that yet. It's like a lot of young men, a lot of you guys, young guys don't even know their true potential, their real power. You will always be the prize as a man. Even if a woman say, oh, all you have to offer is dick, that is something to offer, because you can change a woman's day, especially if you can do it good. You can make her happy. You can change her mood. I know men, I've done it before. You just because you sling a dick, a bitch will damn near try to take care of you. We'll be giving you money. I don't advocate for taking advantage. I don't advocate for not playing your gender role as a man, but you have to understand your worth as a man. Because even if she doesn't want to give you your way, the next woman will. And there's more of them than there are us. And it sounds sucky, and I don't advise to just go about that way in that attitude in a relationship. You should be a good person. I always advocate for you being a good person. I'm a God-fearing person. But you being treated that way and talk too crazy, absolutely fucking not. That's not what God had intended, and that's not the way things should be. And it always comes back to bite you when you have this type of relationship. You trying to pander to a woman. Women, a lot of times, don't know what the fuck they want, and it doesn't work out well.
Like, it was obvious that you were uncomfortable after she did that to you the first time. You couldn't even speak during after the game, post-game interview. Look how nervous you were, bro.
I was happy to be out here in my last game in Folsom Field. The crowd came out to watch us, and we've been on the show for us, so I was happy to be here.
You set the tone with that first interception. What was that like?
It felt great, man. Coming out here and getting an interception, I really get thrown in, so when I got my hands on the ball, I was excited.
How do you describe what you did as a wide receiver with 3 touchdowns?
I mean, just playing football, man. They say I can't do it. I'm not a top receiver, so I had to show them.
Coach Prime was complimentary, calling you one of his sons. How would you describe your relationship with Coach Anderson?
Like I said before, it's just like a father and son fun, man. I can go there and ask him for anything. He give me advice for everything, so I love him.
I mean, even when she said she is going to keep her last name, it was not only red flags, it was the painter and the picture coming together in one unison to tell you this is the description of your life. I mean, this is what she said right here, dog.
Play this beginning part.
Get ready with me for the 7th game of the season while I answer y'all's questions. I got a lot of questions pertaining to the wedding, so I'm going to answer those first. I'm going to try to keep it in categories. So my first question that I got was, am I changing my last name? The answer is no. I'm hyphening my name. I'm keeping my last name and then adding his on. That's just how I wanted to do it.
Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely not. See, a woman can only do that shit if you allow it. Because what if he said, you know what? You're not changing your last name. Come again? Okay, you know what? I don't think this marriage is going to work. We need to take a step back. Maybe be boyfriend and girlfriend for a little longer and reconsider things. And if he said this is a fucking non-negotiable, you know what? I think we should just take a break, go our separate ways for a bit, because I'm not compromising that. She'll cry. She'll pop. First, she'll be upset and be like, fine, I'm not talking to you. You don't love me. You don't care. She'll try some manipulation. If that don't work, she'll cry. She'll try to get the tears. And if you still stay strong to your resolve and you say, you know what, that's not something I compromise. You take my last name, you take it or leave it, she'll give in. Because she knows that's his meal ticket. She knows that's her lottery ticket. She knows that he can replace her easily. If he got her before the money, he can do 20 times better, an infinite amount of times better after the money. And after the people see he has the propensity to grow, especially with all the publicity they're getting now, non-negotiable. You know what? Let's go back to the drawing board. I'm not doing this shit. But he's so in love and he cares about her so much, and he's never probably experienced a girl that pretty or a relationship like that before, that, you know what? It's like, I'm going to just give her whatever she wants. Happy wife, happy life, which is just the fucking worst theory, and it doesn't make sense at all. Because that's putting your partner's feelings over yours. It's saying your feelings are greater than mine. How you feel, what you think, and everything that you want is greater than mine. So I'm going to give into that and fuck whatever I want. It's a stupid mentality. I don't know who the fuck made it. And it's a simple factor of a man being a simp. And this is disrespectful. You going to break away from... Bitch, why the fuck should I take your last name? What are you working for? You going to take care of me? What the fuck are you doing? Why should I take your last name? Get the fuck out of here. You have no reason for me to take your last name at all whatsoever. The fuck are you talking to me? Get the fuck out of here. That's crazy. Absolutely nuts.
Since we decided to get married. So yeah, it'll be my name, Liana Lene, my last name, Hunter. So I'm just going to hyphen it.
And also with Liana literally telling people in front of a world that you're not her type at all. That was like, oh man, in front of the world.
I just didn't respond to him. He wasn't my type. So then I left him.
I wasn't her type.
I left him in my DMs for like 2 months, and then finally I answered him. But I didn't want to like be nothing. I just wanted to just be friends. Like we could be friends. And then after I finally answered him on Instagram, then we texted for like
A long time.
Like another 2 months. And then he was friend zoned because I didn't like. He was like, "Am I friend zoned?" I was like, "Yes." I was not into him. And then finally, I had to go to a friend's birthday dinner, and I didn't want to go by myself. So he was like, "Oh, I'll go with you." And then,
but this is the onset, and I'm not really too crazy about like that. You know, I get it. She's displaying how she really feels, but I help guys get with girls all the time. That's not necessarily their type. But the thing is, when you do this type of shit, you got to be patient. Or sometimes girls lose interest. But my thing is that when a girl does this type of shit and you continue to give in on it, and she cares way less, the dynamics are going to be horrible for you. You're always going to be giving into her frame. You're always going to be shit test. It's not going to be shit test at this point. It's just going to be, you know what? I love her and I'm just going to give her whatever she wants. And you're just going to accept it. But it just goes back to him not knowing his value. Women only do what they know they can get away with. If she had higher interest in him, she wouldn't do half this shit. Talking about, I'm keeping my last name. That's basically saying, this motherfucker's such a simp. I barely want to be with this motherfucker, so I ain't taking his last name. A woman that really truly loves you and wants to be with you, they will want to take your last name. They want to give you everything. They want to have your kids. Right? They want to give in and do everything for you because they love you so much. Now, I'm not trying to take a red pill stance. That's not what I'm doing here. But I'm just trying to let people understand the dynamics, and he doesn't understand his true potential and the benefits of him being a man.
he went with me, and then we was in love.
Yeah, we was in love ever since then. Like we hung out the next weekend.
Yeah.
No, that was during a week.
It was a Top Golf. That was our first date, Top Golf.
Yeah,
and then
I was still in hospital.
Then right here, you're clearly the one who's in love more than her because you guys have TikTok videos showing that love.
Look at him. Look, she's pretending, but he is in it. He is in it. Look at this.
Listen, this is just a case of a young motherfucker not knowing his true potential and just not having an awareness of relationship dynamics. And it's sad, but only time guys usually have this awareness is once they're hurt. He hasn't been hurt. He hasn't been through a lot. He's still very young. And once he comes to that realization of this is a situation where I have been hurt so bad that I never want this to happen again, he'll never do the necessarily studying. He'll never try to understand women to the point. He'll never try to understand if I do certain things this way, it will play in my favor. And then on top of that, he doesn't understand his true potential. He doesn't understand that the moment he puts his foot down and says, it's my way from now on. If you don't want it, you can fucking skate. Now, maybe he doesn't have to do it like that. He could be a little less aggressive. But his dynamics would change overnight. They really would. And he just doesn't understand that. But you guys got to understand, even furthermore, some relationships, some guys understand that they're not the best looking. Some guys understand that they don't have game. Some guys understand that they only have sex to give, and that's where they get their advantages. Some guys understand that they only have money, and that's where their advantage is. Now, no homo, he's not the best looking guy, but he's not the worst looking guy in the world. He's fit, he's athletic. So even if he says, I could deliver in bed, I have a successful career, and a lot of women are going to want me, that's just as well as you being, a good-looking guy with a successful career. Not as well, because women are going to want you even more, and it'll probably help with his mentality when it comes to women. Because when you're young and you start to get a lot of options, you understand that you could hold out a little longer. You don't have to accept anything that comes to you, right? So, like, for example, if you're a young kid like with me, I had a lot of options growing up in high school. You know, because I'm not a bad looking guy. I'm a good looking motherfucker, right? So if a girl came to me, it's like, oh, I want to go to prom with you. I'm like, I'm not really feeling it. Why? Because I know the previous years I've had girls that look 20 times better than this girl give me offers and want to date me and want to be with me. So I know that I have the propensity to do a lot better as far as females go. He's probably never had that phase in his life until now he's an adult. So he's going to accept anything. He's going to accept any type of behavior because he doesn't understand. So he probably never had it like that, but now he does. But this has been ingrained into his mentality. I'm just going to accept whatever. I love this girl so much, and I want to be with her so much that I'm going to accept anything. But he doesn't understand his true potential. And maybe this relationship might last forever. Some guys are like that. Like I said, he has to be hurt first for him to understand it. So this type of relationship might last forever. It might. It might fucking last forever, and we don't know. We don't know, and who knows, man? It might be like that. So, you know, and thank you for the chat, Tevin. Appreciate that. But yeah, this guy, he doesn't know his true potential. Now, I want to go back to this clip over here where I was playing it, and just look at this shit here. So. And this goes to show you, when you watch this clip, that he is truly in love with this girl and he truly cares about her. He's truly in love with her and he truly cares about her. And he doesn't really understand that his dynamics can be a lot better. But what you guys got to understand, and this is what I don't like, is everybody's criticizing him 100%, saying that he's stupid. And some motherfuckers are okay with this. Some guys are okay with living like this. But if you want to optimize your relationship, you have to understand your dynamics should be way different. They should be way different.
You ain't never had no girl. So why y'all talking about me? Find something else to talk about. You talk about my girl. Go talk about your girl. Go find a girl. Go find a life. Stop worrying about what I got going on. I know what I got. I know my girl. My girl been with me for 5 years. Y'all are just not starting to talk about me and just not starting to be with me. Like, come on, man. Y'all go do something else with y'all life. Clickbait pages.
And I can understand that perspective from him because he says he's been with his girl for 5 years. So in his head, we already could see from the interviews and, you know, her saying she's not interested in him, her not taking his last name and keeping her somehow hyphening his, just goes to show her level of interest in him. Now, she probably does love him, but she's not super in love. But that's based on him. I do believe in 1,000% responsibility. People will only do to you what you allow them to do. And it will never be any other way other than what you allow. So if you allow this type of shit, 100% it will be that way. It will 100% be that way. And it will never be any other way. It's just that you don't understand. It's like learning when it comes to finances or just anything in life. The better your IQ is at something, the better IQ you have with relationships, the better IQ you have with money, the better IQ you have with sports, the better you will be. If he understood his relationship, if he understood women the way he does football, his relationship would be a lot better. And I promise you, if this motherfucker had me coaching him, like Deion Sanders is coaching him, but for relationships, his relationship would be upside down. She would be on him the way he loves. But he could never be authentically himself. And the moment it goes back, the moment she's gonna go back, and the moment his relationship shifts back to her running shit. That whole last name shit is fucking crazy.
Y'all better stop. I'm telling y'all. Y'all, it's something bad gonna happen to y'all. Y'all keep doing that. Y'all better stop that.
Oh, shut up.
I ain't playing. Y'all better stop. All the clickbaiting pages. Yeah, when we was sitting down and I was at my papa shop, we was talking about my family. What was they gonna do while I was in there signing stuff? I had all my family there. And that's why she did. That's why she said she's gonna stay there so they can get stuff. That's why she said she's gonna sit there so they can get stuff, have fun there. She wanted to go back. They wanted to go back. Some of them want to go back to the hotel. Some of them didn't. Y'all trying to make everything. Y'all want everything for clicks. Like, stop that. That's crazy. Like, y'all hate.
See, the problem with him is he's not taking no accountability. He's not looking at things and trying to look at it from a objective standpoint. He's biased because he loves his girl, and we already know he's simping. He doesn't have any fucking backbone when it comes to his relationship. The only thing that he probably doesn't compromise is his training, but she understands that he needs that if they're going to be successful. Right? So he's not looking at things objectively and trying to see things from a certain standpoint. And if he is, things will eventually change, but I doubt he is. He's on here defending her. And I can understand why he's defending her. Because she's crying. She's probably upset. She's probably sad. Because she knows how she fucking looks. And the truth is being exposed. If a bitch can say, oh, yeah, I didn't really like him at first. And da-da-da-da. But she probably really does love him. Just not to the level where it's super genuine. But you guys got to understand, some relationships are like that. Some relationships are fucking.
It don't mean, and then y'all go and hate on my girl. Like, bro, I feel the same pain that she feel. We're inseparable, bro. We with each other. Like, she hurting, of course I'm gonna be hurting. If I'm hurting, of course she gonna be hurting. Like, y'all, come on, bro. That John hurt, bro. But then again, I'm talking to people that in life. Go ahead, bro. I don't care. I would rather all y'all leave right now and go send a text message. So when she wake up in the morning, she get on her phone, nothing but positivity, nothing but positive energy.
But just a little tip: never go to the public about your relationship. Never expose weakness. If something makes you sad, if something's making you cry, if you have a vulnerability in your relationship, if there's a chink in your armor, you don't go expose it to the world. Because somebody who has a mindset that's saying, you know what, he needs to see this. He needs to realize that his girl doesn't fucking really like him. And she probably really does, but just not to the level that would seem genuine, right? And now she sees that these words are hurting her. They're going to double down on it. They're gonna double down on it and run to that bitch. And you not genuine. You don't love him. You're a gold digger. You ain't real. You a cold bitch. All the type of shit that's already making her upset. You don't fucking go and expose that. You keep that shit in house. Oh, she's crying, this and that and the third. But the problem is, he's such a young motherfucker that she either is crying and genuinely hurting and saying, either probably blaming him, or either saying, you know what, you need to go and defend me, da da da. Or he genuinely feels for her now. He wants to go and defend her so much. But he's not looking what got her in this situation. He's not looking at it objectively. Of course, you should always defend your girl. But you don't go out and say, oh, this is making her cry. This is making her sad. No, you don't want to do that, because now people are going to double down. Yeah, there's people that that are genuinely fans are going to go say, all right, this and that and the third. Hey, we love you. We care about you. You're a good person. But the majority of people who see that shit and can read her body language and hear the shit that she's letting come out of her fucking mouth, because she doesn't have a level of awareness. She doesn't even know the shit that she's saying is not okay. She thinks it's funny. She thinks it's funny. She thinks it's okay. But now she's not understanding why she's getting the hate she has, because you don't look genuine. But because he's so in love with her, he's going to go and defend her. But just a tip of rule of life, never expose weakness. You keep that shit to yourself. You don't let anybody see weakness. Any hard times, and this is real easy on social media, because people always fake the funk on social media. People only show you the good part, right? And it'll make you a little more genuine, and it'll make your story a little more likable in you as a person, because he's going to get all the glory either way. But he's saying, oh, what she feels, I feel. So he's not seeing it that way, right? Because he's in love. But never expose weakness. You keep that shit to yourself. Don't let nobody see that shit. You let motherfuckers think you got the perfect life always. Never expose weakness. Never expose a chink in your armor, because people will take that shit and they will use it against you.
Yeah, she's still sleeping. She slumped. You hurt, but you just cry yourself to sleep and you just be gone. Like,
should not be.
She drunk like OD amount tonight for no reason. Nah, she sleep. She's gone. She'll be up in the morning. Where can they send messages at? Discord. 7 people typing letters. That's cool. That's good. Appreciate it.
What did you send me, Stu?
That'd be the best sleep. It does, but I don't need her to go to sleep. No sad. It's kind of hard. It's hard on me because I can't even help her. Like, chat all the.
Yeah, listen, dude is he's a young motherfucker, and it's just so much to learn. There's just so much he has to go through, and a lot of you guys are gonna realize that it's not the most ideal situation, but there's just a lot. There's just a lot that needs to be done. There's a lot that he needs to see for himself, and a lot of people aren't going to be able to actually see that. But there's a few more topics that I want to cover, and there's a few more things that I wanted to look at. Fuck, I forgot what I did with it. Hold on. Let's see. Oh yeah, this fucking Raven Simone bullshit. So this bitch was trying to say that people were sexualizing her. Listen, this is my era. I'm 32. I know she's like in her 40s or something like that, and or maybe late 30s. She tried to say people were sexualizing her. I remember seeing the clip, but let me just replay it and to let you know what the fuck is going on.
I do feel like when I was on TSR, That's So Raven, I felt like boys watched the show because I had big boobs. Like
really?
I feel, yeah, I do. I feel like that was
you
the
were
case.
so funny.
No, I feel like they came for the boobs, they stayed for the comedy, but like,
oof, is that a chapter?
Because that is a chapter title. They came for the boobs.
I'm coming and I'm staying.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna tell you guys straight up. Me watching That So Raven, I never once thought she was so fucking goofy. Yeah, she's a pretty girl, but I never once sexualized this chick. First of all, you can't even see her boobs. I don't know where the fuck they went now. Now, as an adult, I want to see some tits. I don't see anything. I don't know whether she's compressing them. Did she have a breast reduction? I don't know what the fuck happened. She looks distraught, though. She doesn't even look good anymore. Obviously, she's older, but golly, she looks like a fucking, clearly a dyke, but she looks like a little boy. But I remember from specifically watching that show, I would tune in. I think it came on it was like once a week, and it came on. And I remember watching that show after or before the gym. And I remember thinking like this was a good show. And I do remember thinking Orlando Brown, because I remember he was on the show, and I'm like, they're eventually gonna like each other. He likes her so much. And I remember that was one of the main reasons that I tuned in, but not her. I never once even thought about her in a sexual way. Now that I'm thinking about it, at that age, the people that I thought in a sexual way was Christina Milian, and she didn't have big boobs. And it was this model, if you Google her, by the name of Buffy the Body. Oh my God, she was so thick. And I don't know. Let me see if I could maybe Google it. I don't know if it'll get banned. Buffy the Body. Let's see if she comes up. Oh, there she goes. So it was this chocolate of a woman. She looked so good. And she was just so thick. And at that age, this is what I was fetishizing over some chocolate tall, big booty, slim woman. And I look at her like I've dated girls that look better than her as an adult. And maybe the body was maybe the same or a little better, but this was what I was fetishizing over at fucking 16 and 13 and 4, however old I was when That's So Raven, because I remember that time. And a young Christina Milian, right? Let's look at it. I'm probably spelling her name all types of wrong. I missed the A. A young Christina Milian. Let's look at her young. This is what I was looking at. Not too young. Obviously, she's a child there. But this is what a Christina Milian from Love Don't Cost a Thing. This, bro, I used to carry a binder, and I would put her pictures from magazines in it. Bro, I was obsessed with this girl. And even today, if you look at the type that I prefer, it looks like a peak young Christina Milian. This is my type. I was not fucking fetishizing Raven Simone. Now, Raven Simone did look good. And I guess at maybe one point as an adult, I probably would date her. But she wasn't the it girl. This was the it girl when I was younger. A prime Christina Milian. This is the shit that I like. And I think she's a little older here, but this is what I remember. And this was what I fell in love with at that age. Now, let's take a look at a fucking prime That's So Raven. Because I did not look at her that way at all. Don't get me wrong. She's a cute girl. She didn't look bad. Where are the titties? I don't see any titties. Where are they? I'm trying to find them. Where? She's projecting, and I get it because a lot of those Disney stars, they're always fucked up. Don't get me wrong, she's very cute. She looks very cute here. She's just not as cute as this. She's bad. This is what you call a bad bitch. This, she's cute. She looks good. And I think for the right person, she could be a 10. But in actuality, is she a 10? No, she's just like a little chunky. Even, look at her now. Oh my God, fuck no. Ugh. It's like she looks like she's on drugs now. She just looks very sad and miserable. I think her life took a toll on her, and you can just see it. But like even still, when you look at her younger pictures, yes, she's very pretty. She has a nice eye color, very nice skin tone. But that's not it. That is not it. And this is why I looked at it. I looked at this show and waiting for those moments where like it zooms into her eyes and she sees the future, getting this limited vision of the future, and then seeing how it always wrongly played out. And I was just hoping to see if she got it, because this is what women do. They make assumptions on shit, and then they usually always get it wrong, and half the shit's in her imagination. And that's probably what the fuck this was, just her making assumptions. She wasn't no real psychic because she never got it right, actually. But if you guys see any boobs, let me know, because I don't even see any boobs. I couldn't even tell you her bra size. She looks good here, though, not gonna lie. But this is me looking at it with an adult lens. Like, I did not sexualize this woman at all. Like, not even a little bit. Now this here, oh yes, 100%. Boy, when I tell you I made a lot of visits to the bathroom with her, when I tell you I made a lot of visits to the bathroom with her pictures, oh yes. Oh yes, she is like ideal type. You know, the woman I date now, ideally, they're somewhere on this spectrum. Like this brown skin tone, long hair, most of the time curly, you know, a caramel complexion, closer to mine, maybe a little lighter. A lot of the times there's some ass involved. They have some ass, but this is my ideal, like, woman. And she's obviously very Hispanic. She can go for like being a black girl, just a light-skinned black girl. Sometimes I might go a little lighter, but this is ideal for me. And even her as an adult, she still looks good. Like, yeah, like I was obsessed with this woman at one point, so much so that it played a role. And when you go back to looking at the other girl that I was upset, Buffy the Body, yeah, she was nice, and I think I just had a phase where I just only like dark-skinned girls, but I think that this was ideal for me. And if you look at some of my past girlfriends, this is like they fall along that spectrum. So, you know, like, you know, Hispanic girls or mixed girls or black girls, light-skinned black girls, or like Trini girls that kind of like, you know, she could probably go for Trini, but girls that look like that, that's my type. And that's what I was fetishizing over at the young age. Not fucking Raven. I thought she was goofy. Like, I couldn't even take, I feel like she would be a good friend, right? I thought she was so goofy. And I just never saw her that way. Not saying that if a girl that was my age, that was around me, that looked like her, I wouldn't date her. Maybe. She just wouldn't be my first option. So for her to say that people are sexualizing her, I think she was just fucking projecting crazy. She was just projecting super fucking crazy. And I never saw her that way. Not even a fucking little bit. Like, that was honestly crazy to me. The fact that she would ever even say that. Nah, I never saw Shorty that way. Not even a little bit. I think whatever she's been through, she's projecting and she's putting that shit out there 100%. I think so. And I think that's 100% of the problem. I think that she's probably been through a whole bunch of shit, and that's what she's projecting over, is her insecurities and with Disney Channel, because we know everybody that be on Disney, they're just fucked up at one point. This is another thing that I want to go over. This whole thing. You know what? And this is my problem with the Fresh and Fit shit. They say some true things, but they're so fucking extreme. So apparently Kai Cenat is dating some other creator. And this guy, I think it's Myron, goes in on him. And it's just like, bro, like, you're doing too much. It's too fucking extreme. And I know this guy does not have... Before he's famous, I know he didn't have the level of success that somebody like me would have. right? And that's my problem. I think I should I should have focused more on money and career stuff a few years back. But because getting girls was so easy and I was so addicted to just like having a whole bunch of women and the pretty women and just low key, not exactly maybe being a sex addict, you know, I didn't implement the type of discipline I should have for myself because I understood that balance. And this is why I say I specialize in relationship dynamics. These guys are so red pill, it's so extreme. Like, you don't have to be this extreme. And this is my problem with the fresh and fit shit.
He's a successful streamer. I'm not going to take that away from him. But what I will tell you is this. He don't know shit about women. He's going to have to get burned a few times to learn this shit. Bro, the worst thing you could do when you got money, status, and fame is get with a girl that also wants some money, status, and fame, bro.
Now, is there truth to that? Maybe. But, you know, I did see this one stream where Kai was with, what's her name? What's the bird from the Bronx with the orange hair? Fuck. What's her name? I forget her name. What's the orange hair girl? She's from the Bronx. Let's see what comes up. What's this bitch's name? I'm looking at her and I can't even get her name.
Nah, New York, the thing about New York is that the shopping is fire, the people is fire.
Do you think the girls are cuter in New York?
The woman is OD fire. There's beautiful light skins in New York with nice teeth.
And what else?
With nice orange hair.
Yeah.
That make music. You know, so there's a lot of fire people out here.
So I remember there was a clip and they were talking about money. Oh, here we go. And he stood on business.
If it's your girl or something like that, so what's up? If it's your girl or something like that, if y'all really, then you do things like that. If it's somebody that you're not with, do not use that as the first result. Because what is that called? Tricking. If it's your girl or something like that, if y'all really.
So my thing is, look, he has a level of awareness when it comes to that. He's from the hood. He's no fucking sucker, right? And he's from New York. And he's played into the culture, right? He's a big part of the culture. So he does have a level of awareness. And this is where it goes extreme. I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with spending, right? I have a level of religiosity. Me and my family are Muslim. So you can't get married until you have enough money to actually take care of a family. But those women are with you for the sake of God most of the time, right? And they're playing their role. This is why you're supposed to choose the right woman. So I do agree. Having a filtering mechanism is there. But not every streamer is in it for the money or just wants you for the money. Now, don't get me wrong. Kaisen, he's all right. Whatever. Some girls have preferences. They may prefer dark-skinned girls. He's pretty short. If you just play it by the book and he's short, he's not the best looking. Probably doesn't do that well. But I've heard the stories. I've heard he's getting girls. I know some people personally says, nah, that whole house, the whole whatever, all those streamers, they be getting it. Obviously, Duke gets the most, but he be getting it. So I think he has a level of awareness, and if you watch him and watch his stream and watch some of his videos, I think he has a level of awareness to not be a sucker. He does. But I just think that this motherfucker is so extreme, and he only knows one way, and there's no balance. And if I had the platform, I would school a lot of these motherfuckers, because you don't have to be that extreme. And understanding relationship dynamics and have that balance, you got to understand that, right? You don't always have to be extreme. This is why you have a filtering mechanism. You get to know somebody and you filter out, because you can't treat everybody the same. That's like saying every girl and it falls into a certain category and everybody's like this. No. Relationships are a little more nuanced. And you don't have to say, oh, he's dating this girl. She wants fame and money, so he can't date her. Fuck that. You just fuck her. And that's no, bro. Like, that's dumb. Some people are genuine. You get to know them. And over time, you don't wife girls right away. I agree. You give it some months. You let their real personality flourish and you let it see what they are. And you have a reference sheet to go by when it comes to filtering certain women out. And when you do that, then you can see, by the way, subscribe to Patreon, the filtering mechanism book. I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek. I'm supposed to have been put out the book. Hopefully I have it out by like the 25th, Christmas Day. I don't celebrate Christmas, but yeah. But yeah, this is just so extreme.
When you got money and you're lit, you need to get a chick that don't give a fuck about none of that shit. She becomes your assistant. She's on camera.
But then that's also hard to do too. You need to take your time with that shit. Because when you got the money, everybody's going to want you because of that. So it's really hard to know people's motivations. So either way, it's going to take time. But some girls are genuine. Some girls can be wanting their own success, because you have a lot of girls nowadays that have this delusion that they're equal to men. So with that being said, they want their own success. So some girls be like, yeah, I like you for you, but they'll try to be so independent that they're like, I'll spend my own money. I don't need your money. I want you for you. And some girls are like that. Some girls are not going to always submit to your frame, somewhat, but they just want their own shit. But you have to be able to have that level of discernment. You have to have that level of understanding that this is going to be what it is, and I have to be able to separate the two.
When you tell her to be on camera, she don't got her own channel, she don't got her own shit, and if she does have her own shit, you collect all the money. It's your shit. You got the logins for everything. Her fame is through you, and you control everything. She don't make a video without your approval. She don't make no money without your approval. You take everything because you're the one that put her on, if you so to decide to do that. But the problem is when you get a girl like this.
That's extreme. This is my problem with the whole Fresh and Fit. It's too fucking extreme. The bitch wants to record, let her record. If I'm in charge of me doing me, okay, cool, I can help her, give her some ideas, but do it on, I'd rather her get in on her own and not feed off of me. I don't want to be in control of shit. Let her do her own shit. Now, I get it, like, he wants to be in control of, that's too extreme. You can be in control and you can understand relationship dynamics. Even if you say, well, that's manipulation, you can still be in control without being extreme like that. You don't have to come off extreme. Even if you use reverse psychology, yeah, sure, do you. No, do it on your own. I don't want to be in control. If you have real game, you can trick a bitch into thinking, I want you to be in control. I want to give you everything. I want to submit to you and make you do everything without even having to fucking bat an eye. You being good looking and you having game and you having all these aspects of in your relationship down packed, like laying it down in bed, her being super attracted to you, her having high interest, her being interested in your personality and your ambitions. All those things contribute and it helps. But if you have those things down packed, relationships are a little more nuanced. You don't have to be so extreme and in control. And guys like that don't have real game. And he exposes himself. And this is not me trying to diss him. This is not me coming at him. This is just a discussion, because how you behave and how you conduct yourself are indicators of how you conduct yourself in a relationship. We can get the same result that he wants without me being so extreme. I don't have to say, I want you to do this. I want you to know. I can sit back, be calm, cool, and collected and let shit play out. Right? Oh, I want to do this. I want to make this video with you. I'm not really feeling that one, baby. Maybe another time. I'm not really feeling that one. But I want to. It's simple. I don't want to do that. Let's move on. But I wanted to. I already had this discussion. I already said what I had to say, and I really don't want to talk about this anymore. Right? She eventually has to give in to your frame, especially if you're already up. You can get those same results without having to be so extreme. These guys don't have game. They have the red pill down pack, and a lot of the things they say are true, but they don't have real game. A real motherfucking player, a real motherfucker with game that's used to getting girls and that's been getting girls from an early age, like myself, you understand and I guess a lot of people say it's manipulation, but you understand and you know your value as a man, so much so that you don't have to do this shit. I don't have to try to manipulate a girl. I don't have to be so extreme. She gonna give into my frame either way if I really want her. Because my game is on point, and then I know I'm gonna deliver with everything, with confidence. This is too much. It's just too extreme.
That's already an influencer trying to get a come up. You're already up. Come on, man. Ulterior motives. And look, this is a very average looking black chick, bro. She's not ugly. But you could go find this man.
No, she's pretty. I give. She's not average. She's a little above average. She's pretty. It's really hard to tell. It's limited pictures. Why you got makeup on? I don't date girls with lace fronts. I don't do that. That's just me personally. Or weave. But she looks very pretty. I give her a 7.9. I don't want to give her. She's like a soft 8, not a strong 8. I would never give her above an 8, but she's pretty. She's pretty, but you got to understand that when usually people match up, unless you have a lot of money, there's usually a correlation between looks. And this is something you'll see in society. Like, if you, on a scale from 1 to 10, if a guy is an 8, usually even if he dates a little under, that girl won't be she won't be below a 6. Or she'll be either on his level or a little higher, meaning matching as pretty as they are. Meaning, for his looks, he's going to get a girl that's somewhat on his level, or maybe a level below. Like, if he's an 8, she might be a 7. Or if he's an 8, she might be a 9. 8s have the propensity to get 9s and 10s, especially if they have great personalities. This girl, I would say she's maybe around, like I said, maybe an 8, a strong 7.9, 7.5. Let's look at Kai. No homo, he's not the best looking dude in the world, but he's falling within that field that matches his aesthetics. And that's usually, if you see in society, there are extreme cases, there are exceptional cases, right? But most of the time when you date somebody, you're either going to be dating slightly below or slightly above or somewhat even. And I feel like this is kind of on par for his looks, right? It's a theory, but you can believe it or not. But this guy's just extreme. It just shows a level of intellect and emotional intelligence and he's not saying he's dumb, but I think he's more by the script, right? There's no creativity in his approach to certain situation. In Myron, I'm referring to. And this is not a diss to him. I think it's a conversation in a different school of thought when it comes to relationships and how to approach them.
You gotta go with a chick that's an influencer. These young niggas never learn, bro. They never learn. And the problem is that everybody in this crew, right? They're all young niggas. Or simps, like this Phantom nigga, man. So, look, man.
Yeah, I don't know about Phantom. I don't know what his beef is with Phantom. I don't know any of that stuff, but what I do know is that the guy Myron's an extreme. I don't disagree with everything he says, but it doesn't always have to be like that. It doesn't always have to be you know, that type of situation. But you know what? You guys need to understand that you don't always have to be extreme. But anyway, guys, I'm going to try to be more consistent with this, with the lives. I'm trying to get on this motherfucker every day. It's just designating the right amount of time. I got to get going to the gym. I have a busy day and a lot of things to do. So I'll be back tomorrow, either tomorrow or tonight. I'm going to get on the podcast too. The podcast is on Spotify. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast and subscribe to Patreon for more exclusive content. And we're going to be on this motherfucker. Anyway, let's end this stream off. We'll be going more consistent, and I'm going to try to stream for hours. Today we got it in about an hour, 52 minutes. Anyway, guys, and Clippers, clip this shit up. Clippers, clip this shit up. I'm trying to go viral. Let's get it, motherfucker. Make sure you like and subscribe, though.